Yo, 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 yo! Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house, and it is a beautiful Tuesday in the Mid-South. All kinds of stories to talk about today. We got a little baseball we got to break down. Adam Wainwright's going to make another start this year. Still 2 wins away from 200 career wins. But right now he's 3-7 on the season with an 8.6 ERA, so he hadn't been looking very good, if you know what I'm saying.
Have you ever seen the movie Rookie of the Year, John?
Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, it's maybe a little after you. The kid, it's a little kid that gets the power to throw the ball 100 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, I actually did. I
and
did see
plays
that.
for the Cubs. His name is Henry Rowengartner, and then at a certain point he loses that power, and then he's just a little kid pitching for the Cubs.
My little brother Blade loved that movie as a child.
People have compared Adam Wainwright to little Henry Rowengartner when he loses his power to throw the ball, and now he just goes out there as a little kid throwing the ball. It's kind of mean, but that's kind of the way it is, John.
Hey, man, you know what? Father Time is undefeated. The only person who played all the way up into their 40 you can go to is Tom Brady, who when he left did not look like he was over 40. And he was 45 when he walked away, so he's a wild man. But yeah, we got a little baseball we got to talk about. Yesterday, I don't know if you were here, Jay. I gave a lock. It was called Wander Franco the day after. Take the Rays on the road. Tyler Glasnow's been pitching like a maniac.
That's a long title for the name of the bet.
It is, but it hit. It was
but it hit nonetheless. That is great.
And all the reasons I said the Giants fourth in strikeout rate across Major League Baseball as a team. Guess what? 7 strikeouts for Tyler, 18 hits by the Rays. We cashed in really big yesterday on that was just easy peasy, baby. They were giving away money. And I know a lot of people probably felt dirty trying to bet on the Rays after the whole Wander Franco situation. Well, the Wander Franco situation is just one of the other crazy stories we have to talk about today, because now more news has come out, but it's also internet speculation. So I'm not going to sit there like these aren't cited sources. This is if you're just on social media. You know what I mean?
Well, those are your sources.
I guess they are.
People can decide their validity for themselves.
I'm just saying these are not like journalists didn't go out there and verify these, get quotes, do a little bit of investigating. You know what I mean? Like this is just
I put journalists
straight up
quotes.
Fodder. But we got more information about that. It's going to be a little bit crazy. Some are saying she's 14. Some are saying that she's at least 18 because she has basically a 2-year-old son in some pictures, or it could be her brother. Nobody really knows, but the Wander Franco thing has been taking more turns and twists since the time has gone on. I mean, right now, people are saying that she wanted a brand new Mercedes and $200,000 cash to not put this stuff on social media. Then other people are just saying that, it's weird. Plus, you have the Michael Orr, Sean Toohey thing going down. 2 sides to every story. There's like 5 sides to this story. There's Sean Toohey, and Leanne Toohey, there's the Toohey family, there's Michael Orr's side. Then there's like Ole Miss fans, their side. There's people who don't like Ole Miss fans who are going at
Hail State.
Like, look what they did to recruit this guy. These rebels, Twitter's been so crazy and just talking to some people around town. Then you have people who are just Memphians. There was a whole lot of yesterday was like, oh, man, this story always rubbed me the wrong way. Like, this family, if they really cared, why didn't they adopt his 12 other brothers and sisters? There's just everybody's got a damn opinion on this one. We'll touch it. We'll dip our toes into that bad boy. In the NBA, we have people who just don't like each other. And that's everybody for the Philadelphia 76ers. Like, James Harden's where was he? Like across the pond doing something?
He was in China.
He
That's
was over there
some pond.
getting a little bit. Yeah, it's across the ocean, man.
Was that your Trump impression of
China virus?
Saying China?
Yes, China virus. What did he say? It's
just the way
China virus.
Just the way he says China.
Yeah, China.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
I got it. I love making fun of everybody, so I got to throw a little something in there. Now, he is very unhappy with Daryl Morey. Just said he'll never be part of an organization that he is a part of.
Good.
Well, then we wake up today, and did you see what Joel Embiid has done?
No. Oh, yeah, he removed his location from Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's not a Philadelphia 76ers anymore. He's also the troll master on the Twitter. He's
Troel.
social. He is Troel. Yes, he is. He is. That was so good. Does he?
That's
call
what
it?
He
called
made it
himself
up.
that?
I didn't make it up.
I think I was going to say. I know he gave himself the big fundamental. I mean, he's given himself like 5 different nicknames.
He's a funny guy. He's got great personality.
Great personality, hilarious. But yeah, he's removed everything from Philadelphia. So we have like right now, Philadelphia is just not.
I hate Daryl Morey. I'm glad this is happening.
Dude, how did they go from like a love
He's
fest? He won an MVP when he was with Daryl.
He's a clown. Yeah, but
Daryl gets him out of Brooklyn because he doesn't want to be part of the Kyrie KD situation. Like you would think as many lifelines and as much money as he's made him, like you would give him a little bit, but like dude, he said he's a liar twice.
Yeah, it could also be he just is hurt by like these recent negotiations. You know what I mean? He feels like he's not being, transparent.
Man, who wants to give James Harden a long-term deal when every single time he gets one, he gets fat for a couple years and then he comes back when he wants a new contract? And by the way, did you see what he did in Game 6 and Game 7 last year? Let me tell you something.
Game 1, though, he got buckets.
Dude, I don't give a damn what he was awesome. Would he have 50 points or something in Game 1?
Yeah, like 47 or something.
Something
like
crazy.
Yeah.
He was great, but you know what? He didn't show up the rest of the time.
No,
you got to win 4 games.
I think he had,
two games.
20-something in Game 2, isn't that right? Yeah. He had like 20-something in Game 2 or something
After
like that.
Game 5, 76ers had a 3-2 lead.
Uh-huh.
2 games to win 1.
That team was good, though.
Dude, those 2 games, he was a turnover machine, especially in Game 7.
But they were going after him too, John. They were going after him.
He couldn't make a shot to save his life.
Yeah, you're right.
It was an embarrassing. And let me tell you something. I just wanted people to call him James or the Beard. Don't be bringing the name Harden up in here.
Didn't you bet on them in one of those games?
Yeah,
as well?
I did too. Don't be ruining my bank account and my family name.
I do remember that too.
I was really unhappy.
That was a good series, man.
Man, they had a lot of points they could have covered because James Harden can't make a damn free throw going down the stretch.
I was thinking this. Yesterday I asked Brett and Bryant this. I said, so the NFL is going to totally take over Christmas Day now. And Brett was like, well, they can't next year. I was like, well, because Christmas Day falls on a Wednesday. And so the NFL has no business playing on Wednesday. But it's been good the last 2 years because Christmas Day's falling on a Sunday and a Monday. So they can
Don't
play.
tell me they can't play football on a Wednesday.
You think they're...
Santa
I don't
Claus
know,
is coming to town. You better give me some NFL action, son.
They'll play the day after Christmas.
All right, yeah. I guess I can
on
handle
a Thursday.
it. I guess I'll actually watch the NBA then on Christmas.
Did you not watch NBA this last Christmas? You probably watched both.
I watched the Grizzlies.
Because the NBA started a little bit before football, I think, right?
I do have children, you know what I'm saying? Before football, I got to get up in the morning, got grandkids, got children. Like Santa Claus is coming to town, you know what I'm saying? Opening presents.
They don't love basketball and football?
Drinking, milk punch. Do you know what milk punch is?
It sounds
like a drink that you drink around Christmas.
Sounds
you put a little liquor in it. It's got Tito's vodka in it. And it's like it's like sweet. It's like, man, I don't know, man. It's delicious.
Sweet eggnog.
Anybody know what it is, man? Let me know. That stuff is fire. It's got man, it's good. But anyway, so you get a little bit tipsy, you know what I'm saying, for 11. So you got to lay down and take your nap so you can have the lunch, and you miss the first game of the NBA, because it's just too early. Like 12 o'clock, I've done Santa Claus, I've done open presents, I've had a couple cocktails, I've ate a big breakfast. It's time for a nap. Unless it was football. Then I would stay up to watch. So NBA on Wednesday.
What do you mean by done Santa Claus?
I'm really tight with Santa Claus. I feed him cookies and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, so you're up at the crack of dawn.
I'm up, yeah. No, he comes in usually he likes to hit up the club, around 4 a.m. So.
And you're always up that time of night when he comes through.
Well, it snows on Christmas Eve usually.
Does it?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe somewhere.
Somebody.
It's snowing on someone.
Somebody picked up what I was putting down. I'm pretty sure. It's like a little bit of snow always helps you put the toys together. I'm an idiot. Now, speaking of NFL, we're going to talk today about the best rookie running backs out there. Who do you think's going to have the best season? Deuce Vaughn, the 5'5" superstar for Dallas out of Kansas State, is wowing people. Like, he is breaking knees. Did you see what he did in the preseason game where he had three dudes, a little shimmy, two dudes run into each other. Bam! They blow each other up. And the other dude just misses and jumps and flies and catches air. Deuce Vaughn is a man, but Jahmyr Gibbs over at Detroit. I'm telling you right now, I thought they were crazy when they got rid of Mr. Swift. Now you got
agree.
Jahmyr Gibbs, who in the preseason looked, I mean, he is faster than Cooter Brown. Like, he's got Tyreek Hill type speed, he looks like, out there. Like, there's just another level when he gets going.
You remember last year on Hard Knocks how, like, kind of down they were talking about DeAndre Swift?
Yeah, and then he had a good season last year.
Yeah, but Jamal Williams really carried the rock for them.
I mean, yeah, I agree, but I'm just saying explosive plays. Swift made some explosive plays.
Maybe
Jahmyr
he's just
Gibbs
immature early in his
is,
career.
my goodness.
He's good,
He's
man.
going to be good. A little undersized, but
Lions
he'll
are
be
good, man.
Dude, they're going to be good, I think. I really do. I mean,
Isn't that hard to say because you don't have a huge sample size of them being any good? But
last year they were real strong.
They were. And
Hey.
Jared Goff has matured a lot, just like most quarterbacks do. They get better.
Well, dude, this is a guy who, right off the bat, was it a Super Bowl
That's
with
right.
Sean McVay and the Rams? People forget that this guy he won
Great experience.
tons of playoff games as a young fella. I mean, he is. And by the way, wasn't he the number one pick?
He was.
I mean, again, the guy's not like short on talent. Just Sean McVay wanted Matthew Stafford, a gunslinger.
Excellent quarterback.
And Jared Goff is playing great in there, but it's not just that. You got Jahmyr Gibbs, who's got super speed. I think David Montgomery's going to help them.
Sure will.
They got good running backs. Both can catch the ball. You got
Amon-Ra St. Brown is good, too.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And they traded Hawkinson last year to the Vikings, which is crazy.
They got Marvin Jones Jr. They also have Jamison Williams. Didn't he get suspended?
Yeah, for gambling, right?
No, was it Oh,
I don't know,
God.
man.
What did he do?
It's impossible to keep track of this stuff. I'll look it up.
He did something. Check it out because I feel like that was something that was like, damn, Jamison Williams out of
Yeah,
Alabama.
it was gambling. Sure
Was it really?
Uh-huh.
How many games is he out for the whole season? 4 games or out for the season?
I don't know. I'm looking.
Well, Josh Reynolds, he can step in. I like their team. I like it. So defense is going to be good. Aiden Hutchinson out of Michigan was much better than I expected. Lions are going to be good. But we also got to talk about fantasy football. Have you noticed ESPN's doing their fantasy football extravaganza marathon superstar?
John, how in the world
NFL
could you
action?
not notice it? Who in the
Stephania Bell's picks for running back going across the screen.
It is everywhere and then some. And especially someone like me who doesn't play fantasy football anymore,
Wow.
I notice it a lot more than most people probably do.
Hold on. You don't play, all right, are you a red-blooded American or
Well,
have you
I
gone
just don't
commie,
think
son?
I don't really like. I play fantasy baseball, but I don't really like.
You
fantasy
say you
football.
like soccer? And, man, I'm telling you something. Are you a spy? Are you American? How do you not play fantasy football? That's so sacrilege.
I just don't like it.
You just don't like it.
I don't.
But you love football.
I do. I love football.
All right. I still think you're a weirdo. You don't even like gamble. You like to gamble. You don't even do the fantasy football gambling action? Where, you pick the
No.
thing, you go in there, and you could
Do you like
put a
daily
team
fantasy?
to
I know
win
what you're
like
talking about.
$25, and maybe
Uh-huh.
you could win 10 grand or something.
Not regularly. No.
Like, what do you do in the morning on Sunday?
I'm gambling.
Everybody's supposed to be up at 6 a.m. That's the one day a week that I'm up at 6 a.m.
I'm gambling
I'm
again.
getting my fantasy football lineup. I have to have it done by 8. Then I start locking in my bets by like 11 o'clock. And then, of course, I go back and I change it all up, it seems like, in the last hour. And then I rock and I fire.
But you take a nap during 11 o'clock during
Oh, no,
NBA
no.
basketball on Christmas Day.
Sunday to Monday, it's straight up. I'm like Michael Jordan. I don't sleep. Because MJ, back in the Dream Team, they talked about he never slept. Played 36 holes every morning.
Michael Jordan.
Go to practice. Stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning playing cards in Magic's room. Man's just built different. That's how you got to be built on Sundays if you want to be American.
Is that right?
Yep, that's the truth, dadgummit. Dalvin Cook is now a Jet.
Isn't that wild?
Not really. I looked at Dalvin Cook's numbers. I didn't realize he didn't have as good of a year as I thought. He really did. And I'll give you his stats. I know he had 1,078 yards, but that really isn't that good. His win rate, He had more tackles behind the line of scrimmage and for lost yards than any other running back who had at least 200 carries.
Do you think that could be a product of the O-line, too?
Well, why don't you tell Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins that? Now, their win rate wasn't nearly as bad as you would think it was, their
Right.
offensive line. Now, they were hella good pass protecting. But I don't know, man. Dalvin Cook to the Jets. I think Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook together is going to be dynamic.
Yeah, Breece Hall is great.
But don't think like Dalvin Cook ain't going to go out there and be that dude. I'll talk to you about the numbers. I got them all put out here. And it's just, I thought it was like when it first, I'm like, damn, Dalvin Cook to the Jets. This offensive line can play. But remember, run win rate. Do you know how bad the Jets were last year? They were 21st in the NFL.
I would like to see what the number was before Breece Hall got hurt, though, right?
I mean, basically,
They were real good before
for the
then.
whole season. No, Breece Hall was real good.
And
And they were a lot healthier. I mean, they
I
did have
would
like
say-
18 different starting lineups last year.
That's-
17 games, 17. I think they had a different one almost every week.
It's a good insurance policy.
That was me
too.
exaggerating.
It's a good insurance policy for Breece Hall, too, if he does happen to, God forbid, get injured again.
By the way, he was activated this morning. He's back. They're hoping and praying that he can be ready for game 1 against the Buffalo Bills, but they brought in Dalvin Cook as well. We also had Zeke, man. He ain't going to be a Cowboy, man, because he's a Patriot. He cut his hair. He's going back to 15. Is that it? Was his college number 15?
I'm not sure. Bryant says yes, and that is news to me as well, but that's something.
Well, he's changing his name up. He changed his hairstyle. He's doing things different, he says. So we got Zeke as a Patriot, the team that I think is going to be crazily.
But
crazy.
I hope he still runs
the worst
ball
team
well.
in the AFC East.
Yeah, but that's a good division, though.
I know, but it's still the worst. It's kind of like
Could be.
if you were dead last in a Miss America pageant, if you were 50th.
If you
hey,
finished
it's
last in the
prestigious to be
last in the
in
Olympics.
the damn pageant, right? But
Last in
wouldn't
the-
you feel like, damn, I'm last, man? This is the first chick that was thrown out. Like, this is, it's kind of be like, you'd be like, oh my gosh, my state's not repping. Like, you would actually be putting shame on your entire state.
Do you put shame on your country when you finish last in the Olympics?
No, that person put shame on us. Shame
That's what I'm saying.
them. Yeah, they put shame on us, but shame on them. You got to be better. But every year,
That's very critical, John.
well, again, they're all professionals. But dude, do you think the Houston Texans are actually a good football team? Please, son. They're all in the National Football League. They're all getting paid.
You watch them every week, don't you?
They're not very good.
Yeah, but you watch them every week, don't you?
Yeah, it's the
Why
NFL.
why do you watch them?
Because it's the NFL, and I like to bet.
And they're good,
No, they're not good.
but they're good
Why do you think they had the number 2 pick in the NFL draft?
because their record was bad.
Do you think I talked about this yesterday? Better weapons, C.J. Stroud's last 2 years at Ohio State, or his weapons that he has for the Houston Texans?
That's a loaded question. I don't know if I'm using that term correctly. but-
Loaded? Why is that loaded?
Because like what they were in college. I mean, you know what I mean.
I know. Chris Olave in the NFL doing great things. You
But-
remember?
right.
Garrett, you know who
That's-
the rookie of the year last year was in offense?
Who?
He plays for the Jets. I'm giving you a hint.
Who was it?
Garrett Wilson.
Where did he go to school, John?
He went to the Ohio State.
The Ohio State University.
Yeah, he did.
Well, that's a good example. That's a really good one. You're right.
Marvin Harrison Jr., who's going to be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft as a wide receiver this year. So he had the rookie of the
You're
year
making a good
last year,
point.
Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, but don't you think
Who's
like
it?
just-
What's it? Mecca? What I can't remember. He's going to be another top
like-
pick this year.
I feel like they just get so much better as they develop in the league, you know what I'm saying, than they were when they were in college, right? Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I hear what you're saying, but Olave, you're telling me he's not going to be a stud this year?
No, I think
and
he will
Jackson
be.
Smith and Jigba. He had Jackson Smith and Jigba, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, and Marvin Harrison Jr., and I can't remember the other kid. That is disgusting. That is all right there. First round NFL draft picks.
Who's he have on the Texans?
Oh my gosh. Are you serious? They got rid last year of Brandon Cooks, who was actually considered one of their better wide receivers when he actually played. The Texans, though, their wide receivers, I'm going to have to pull it up because
Nico
I can't
Collins,
even remember.
Robert Woods.
Oh my God, Robert Woods is still playing football. It's been a long time for Robert Woods up in this joint.
Tank Dell, Xavier Hutchinson.
Who?
Dalton Schultz is their tight end.
I know Dalton Schultz. He left Dallas, but so their best wide receiver, it sounds like, is their tight end, and he's not even that good.
Nico Collins, maybe. John Mechie the third, but that's
Yeah. Yeah.
Xavier Hutchinson.
So their best wide receiver is a young guy who was a third-round pick in 2021 out of Michigan. And he could not play for Ohio State if he wanted to. Again, he had better wide receivers and weapons in college than he's going to for the Texans. But yet we call the Texans a pro football team.
Well, but they are a pro football team.
They are. I'm just saying. Don't give me that BS right now. CJ's going to struggle. He should have done a lot better in college with all those weapons, and he couldn't beat Michigan.
It's a pretty good quarterback room.
Could not beat Michigan.
C.J. Stroud, Davis Mills, Case Keenum. That's a quarterback room right there, John.
Man, Case Keenum is old, bro.
And E.J. Perry.
Who?
I don't know.
I don't know E.J.
I'm not familiar with E.J. Perry's work.
Case Keenum, dude, he started Houston a long time ago.
It doesn't even say where he went to school here.
He went to Houston. Didn't he?
He went to Boston College and Brown.
Who?
E.J. Perry.
Oh, I'm talking about Case Keenum.
Oh, yeah, Case Keenum went to Houston. I'm looking at where E.J.
What are you doing to me? You
were
making me second guess myself, and I was thinking some crazy
Case
thoughts.
Keenum definitely went to Houston. He set the NCAA record for passing yards in a career.
Yeah, he was balling, man.
He was balling.
Little baller. Let's see. We got a couple other things we got to talk about today, by the way, Jay.
Okay.
Some good stuff.
They also have a fellow named Johnny Johnson.
I don't know Johnny.
Jalen Camp.
Don't know Jalen.
Steven Smith.
All right, I'm good, man.
No, Steven Sims. I'm sorry.
Well, don't worry about these guys. Nobody cares about you naming these people.
You don't want the fourth guy on the depth chart in one slot?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Now, speaking of football, though, did you see what Swag Kelly's been doing? Chad Kelly, that is?
Playing Canadian football.
Yeah, and he's tearing things up. He said yesterday in an interview, he's got his team in first place, Chad Kelly does. I mean, dude, Swag Kelly, former Ole Miss Rebel, doing his thing in the Canadian Football League, and guess who's making money off of him?
You are.
Uncle Brasky.
Oh.
He's been betting on him every single week, and you're telling me you don't know this? Are you sure you do the show sometimes with me?
DeMonte Coxey is his receiver. Do you know who that is? He used to play receiver at Memphis.
Sure did.
Yeah, they did. He sure did.
That's Brian was very excited about it. He thought you would be too.
I'm excited. It's great. Great stuff. But Swag Kelly is the Argonauts quarterback, and they're in first place in the East Division. And a former Ole Miss Rebel. You know Luke Altmaier? We talked about him a lot.
I do know Luke Altmaier.
Do you know that he's going to be the starting quarterback for the Illini?
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Tearing things up, they say. So watch out, Big Ten.
It's still Brett Bielema was the coach at Illinois, right?
No.
I'm pretty sure he is, John.
No way.
Who's the coach then?
I don't know, but I can't. That big boy still can't be doing it.
I'm pretty sure he is, John.
Well, why don't you Google it and quit saying I'm pretty sure?
It's Brett Bielema.
But did you Google it?
Yeah.
Man, no, he's not doing very good. I can't remember that his big, gigantic self is out there doing his thing. Yeah,
8-5 last year.
He actually is doing
Went
pretty
to a
good.
bowl. They lost in the bowl, though, unfortunately.
But damn it, do something for me. It's the last game he played, he lost.
He did.
Well,
they tied for second
coach.
in the West in the Big Ten last year, though.
Damn.
5-4 in conference.
Good job, Brett. I mean, I shouldn't say mean things about Brett Bielema.
I like Brett Bielema. He won a Liberty Bowl once.
We got Hardwood to get to today at 12:30. I got have you ever been in a storm drain?
No.
Dude, did you know like there's a story about some kid getting stuck in a storm drain?
I saw a video of that on the news.
Yeah, it does have a happy ending. It does have a happy ending. Did you see by any chance Nathan Rourke with a crazy play this week at quarterback where he broke 4 tackles and threw a touchdown pass?
No.
The kid out of Ohio. Long time ago, his brother's Curtis Rourke, the guy we bet on all year long before he got injured.
No.
You don't have a very good memory.
I don't recall. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. You're a young guy. I'm sure you're dabbling in the lettuce or something. It's not very good for your memory. I can definitely tell.
Okay.
I feel like the beginning, like when I first met you and you started here, that you started dabbling in the lettuce probably like 2 months in after meeting me. Would that be correct? This is just speculation. This is my guess.
That would not be correct, John.
So it was, you were dabbling in the lettuce the whole time?
I don't know what to say, John.
It sounds like it. Now, we're going to take a quick timeout because we got to talk college football on the other side. David Cobb from CBSSports.com. He is next. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch has an offer you can't refuse. They will pay you to do business with them if you want luxury. And I'm talking the Genesis G70 car. If you would love to have that kind of new technology, they will give you a $1,000 rebate when you finance with Genesis Motor Finance. In other words, they'll pay you $1,000 to do business with them, and you get brand new luxury. You can't beat it. That's Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis, right at the corner of Craft Road and Highway 78 in Olive Branch. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch, where customer retention is amazing. There's a reason. They take care of you with a team that's been together for a long time. Whether it's finance or whether it's service, you can't beat them. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Happy 62nd birthday, Granddad.
Thanks, sweetheart.
I got you this.
A mug. Oh, thank you. What does it say? Beware. If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of hospitalization from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-306-8158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-306-8158. That's 800-306-8158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-306-8158. Again, 800-306-8158.
If you're looking to stock up for your next summer barbecue, look no further than Memphis Barbecue Supply. Here at Memphis Barbecue Supply, we boast the largest selection of fuel and wood in the Mid-South. We have everything from chip, chunk, mini logs, and logs of wood. Additionally, we carry pellets in 14 different varieties, as well as 6 different briquette charcoal and 4 different lump charcoal. And our knowledgeable staff is always available to help with any questions you may have for your next cook. We can help you choose from our over 308 different rubs and sauces that we keep in stock. Memphis Barbecue Supply is located at 7041 Stage Road in Memphis, or you can order online at mbbqsupply.com. Follow us on all the social media platforms for recipes, new products, and barbecue news. So, the next time you're planning on cooking, Keep us in mind. Memphis Barbecue Supply.
Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawild Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house, and it's a beautiful Tuesday in the Mid-South. And you know what Tuesday means? It's time to talk with CBSSports.com's very own David Cobb. But I got to tell you, first and foremost, man, Hotsy, pressure washer and detail supplies of Memphis, takes it all off. They're the #1 cleaning and equipment provider, period. Big or small, they clean it all. Hotsy has a solution from hot water and cold water pressure washers to industrial soaps and detail supplies. Hotsy has you covered, and for our Sports 56 fans, you're going to save big because you get 20% off all detail products, so don't miss out on this amazing deal. Call Hotsy today, 901-379-0550, or visit their showroom, conveniently located at Austin P and I-40. Again, Hotsy, pressure washer and detail supplies of Memphis. Give them a call, 901-379-0550. David Cobb from CBSSports.com has been covering college football, heck, since he probably can remember. What's up, DC?
What's going on, man? Hey, Bob, I was just wondering, have you ever thought about legally changing your last name to Radio?
No, I have not. But I will say it's a great name for, especially when I'm in the bar, when anybody screams Radio, I know who they're talking to. I know who they're talking to.
It's just Johnny Radio. Like, I feel like in town you must be known more so by that than by your actual last name. I feel like
definitely.
you should just go ahead and change it. Like,
Just go with it. Just go.
Yeah.
But right now I want to, because James Harden is basically, he's putting trash on my last name, man, out there talking about constantly complaining and whining. And you remember what he did in Game 6 and Game 7. It was embarrassing. So, my family's been trying to, push back on a little bit of Harden, especially James. So I might need to do that. The other thing is, you know where that came from, don't you? Johnny Radio?
No.
Very, very simply. It's 2012. That dude, Johnny Manziel, we didn't know about, took off. The whole world went for basically called him Johnny Football, and anybody with the name Johnny and whatever they did, they just started, hey, Johnny Janitor. Hey, Johnny Line Cook.
I argue it started with Johnny Badger, John Lure.
Who's that?
Former Grizzly great.
John who?
Johnny Badger. He went to Wisconsin. That's what they called him.
John Lure. Huh.
Yeah. Played for the Grizzlies, too.
Yeah, played for the Grizzlies. Oh, great. It's good stuff. Good stuff, Jay. But DC, man, did you watch that? Did you watch the little Netflix docuseries? I think Untold Story.
I did watch the Johnny Football documentary, and it makes a lot of sense, right? That he inspired your persona.
Exactly.
Inspired a lot of it, man. He was a baller. It put into focus to me like how short his time was though at A&M, because he only played for 2 seasons, and it took half of his redshirt freshman year for us to even figure out, whoa, who is this guy? And then within a matter of months, he was completely being scrutinized and in trouble and whatnot. And I remember being at SEC Media Days in 2013, the summer I was interning at Sports 56, and the scrum around Johnny Football at SEC Media Days in 2013, it was ridiculous. It's the closest thing I can think of to what it must be like when the Royals are out in public in London or something. A scrum that dwarfed what I saw like covering the Grizzlies, like when LeBron was in town. I mean, it was madness. Like dozens on dozens on dozens of people surrounding him and trying to get, something from him. And it was, anyway, yeah, crazy times, the Johnny Football era.
It was crazy also. And now after watching that video and everything, for me, a couple of things stood out. One, the Mississippi State performance and the Alabama performance, the fact that he set records against Mississippi State and the fact that he beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa the first time he played against that Nick Saban defense. And Cliff Kingsbury basically confirmed and said he was so hungover before those games. He was sitting over in the corner just sweating it out. The fact that we found out that this guy was on a 2-day bender, going out in the Scooby-Doo outfits, hitting on chicks the night before, and then comes in and plays like that is just mind-blowing. If this guy actually if he actually tried, how good could Johnny Manziel actually have been? Do you remember?
No kidding.
Remember when they also talked about the Cleveland Browns were like, keystrokes on his, play calling, his little laptop thingy that he's supposed to watch plays. He had zero.
Yeah, the man studied no film, did not take care of his body. You know what's crazy is it was pretty evident from that documentary that going into the 2013 season at A&M, he didn't really practice like he should have. He didn't really train like he should have. And my man still had like a ridiculous season after his Heisman Trophy, even though he clearly wasn't like doing what he needed to do to like be at his best. So you're right. Like, what does a focused and like totally with it and driven Johnny Manziel accomplish? That's what's sad about the whole deal is all the untapped potential there, not just on the field, but like, man, you talk about somebody with his following and magnetism. Like, it's funny. I also remember, like, do you remember his tenure with the Memphis Express?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, the AAC. So he would sit courtside at the Grizzlies games because he was in Chandler Parsons' like entourage. And so, like, he and, like, Chandler Parsons bros would, like, always be sitting courtside. And that was fun times as well. But, yeah, what a saga, man. What a saga. Apparently Manziel was spotted out at, what's that, like, the main bar in Midtown that's, like, everybody goes to, 35 and under in Memphis. I'm totally blanking on the name of it. But, anyway, yeah.
Like
yeah,
Lafayette's local?
Yeah, I don't know. But Johnny Football had some good times in Memphis too, for sure.
David, who was in whose entourage? Really, is Chandler Parsons in Johnny Football's entourage, or is Johnny Football in Chandler Parsons' entourage? Settle the debate.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. I will say, like, Chandler Parsons is quite the socialite too. I mean,
he was a ladies' man, and plus, remember, he got a fat bag from the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he did. He had plenty of money, a lot more money than Johnny Manziel had at that point. But it's a fair question, right? But golly, can you imagine running into those two out and about? Like, look out, wow, what a combo.
It would have been dangerous. Now, the other thing that it also made me wonder is, realistically, after watching that, how in the hell can Reggie Bush not have his Heisman back? Johnny Manziel can keep his, but he's admitted to selling his autograph for $30,000 a pop, flying all over the country, getting courtside seats. He also admits to doing a bunch of blow, and win or lose, his motto is "We booze," and he was living that lifestyle. How can Reggie Bush I just feel like I kind of feel bad for Reggie.
Yeah, at this point, the things Reggie Bush did
alleged to have done.
Yeah, they got his Heisman stripped are pretty much legal through NIL. I've never, like, the last 10, 15 years felt like, oh wow, Reggie Bush was done dirty, done wrong, whatever. But now with NIL and everything that he did being legal, I think we can look back on that and say, okay, right, like maybe by the rules it was appropriate at the time to revoke that, but I mean, now who cares anymore? Reggie Bush he deserves that Heisman.
And, that would end the whole thing, because right now I think the top 4 schools all have, I believe, 8 Heismans: USC, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, and Ohio State. Then they could get back to, like, USC would go to number 1. I don't know. Or Caleb Williams might do it himself this year. Now, to a little bit of football. I was looking at some stuff about Georgia. Georgia, of course, the coach is number one. AP poll comes out. They're the number one there. Definitely deserve it. I'm not going to argue with it. Kirby Smart, what he's done is absolutely amazing. Even though they've lost so much talent to the National Football League, they just keep reloading and reloading. But, man, Carson Beck, who's been there the longest, had a chance to start over Stetson Bennett, lost the job to him, been there a while, felt like he was kind of the favorite. But I'm hearing like that Brock Vandegrift kid is basically the same person, a little bit high recruit, younger, but a little bit more athletic. Gunnar Stockton's doing well. Like, if Carson Beck hasn't separated himself, and you look at Georgia's schedule through the first 5 games with Martin, Ball State, South Carolina, UAB, and Auburn, not necessarily murderer's row, this thing could get to like week 5 or week 6 before we actually know who's going to be that guy. Do you see a battle carrying into the season between probably Brock and our boy Carson?
Not really, because I feel like Georgia's schedule is so easy, like you laid out, that you could have almost anybody at quarterback.
And they're going to be successful.
And they're going to win by double digits. So it's going to be hard to like really identify quarterback play as a problem, right? Because it's just the results are going to be there regardless of who's playing quarterback. So, but it does give them a chance to get Vandegrift some reps, which I think is really important because obviously the more experience you have at that position, the better. And injury stuff, you never know, right? So Carson Beck, I feel like, is going to have the job. But when it comes down to it, like, you never know come the college football playoff when you're going to have a Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Hurts situation where the established starter is suddenly no longer effective and you go to the younger option who has more hype. And so the reality that Georgia is going to be able to give Vandegrift a lot of work early in the season is huge because, they could end up needing him late in the season when the difficulty of their schedule actually increases with a late season game at Tennessee and SEC championship and then into the college football playoff. So I don't really think there's a controversy at Georgia quarterback-wise. Carson Beck, I feel like he's going to get the job and keep the job. And then, maybe down the stretch, late November or something, we'll revisit that.
Now, looking also at the AP poll and staying over there in the East, last year that we have East and West divisions, which is going to be interesting for the Southeastern Conference. But when you look over there, you got Georgia. I mean, if their schedule is patty cake style. But again, they also got an SEC championship game. We'll see what happens. But Tennessee, you look at where they're ranked in the polls. You look at their schedule. They do have to go on the road and play Alabama. They do get Georgia at home. But outside of that, they should win every single other game. Brew McCoy should be a stud this year. Tennessee at 11-1. Do you think they can realistically get a chance at playing in the college football playoff this season if Joe Milton is effective?
Well, that's it right there. That's a heck of a clause to tack on at the end of the question because that's the question. Like, is Joe Milton going to be able to pick up where Hendon Hooker left off? If he can, then absolutely, Tennessee's got a shot. But if there's even a medium regression there with the quarterback play, which I think is fair to expect, like Hendon Hooker was amazing. Hendon Hooker might have been a Heisman finalist if he hadn't blown out his knee late in the season. So you're talking about, to me, I see Joe Milton kind of like Will Levis at Kentucky last season. We're going to hear a whole lot about the dude because he's got a massive arm and the NFL scouts are going to be interested. But does that translate to efficiency and effectiveness in the college system? I'm not totally convinced that it does. I mean, we've seen Joe Milton play college football at Michigan and at Tennessee, and it wasn't that great. And people are like, well, he started in the Orange Bowl and beat Clemson last year, but that was not Tennessee's most prolific offensive performance in the Orange Bowl. So that to me is the question. The quarterback in Josh Heupel's system is so important. And you know that Tennessee fans, if Joe Milton is not performing by mid to late September, are going to be clamoring for Nico because they're paying this dude,
$8 million
a ton of money, right, to play quarterback, and he's a true freshman. And we know how impatient Tennessee fans can get, and so to me, that quarterback question is everything with Tennessee this year. a Joe Milton that is at his best can get Tennessee to the college football playoff. But the Joe Milton that we've seen in college football over the last several years is not good enough to get Tennessee to the CFP.
Now, I have heard a few Tennessee fans say, let's remember who Hendon Hooker was when he was at Virginia Tech. Very, very average quarterback. In fact, golly, one of the years it was pretty bad, you could say. And then he comes to Tennessee, gets in the Josh Heupel offense, and bam, he explodes. Hendon Hooker's been in that offense now for a pretty long while. He's got to understand everything that's going on. And if he can't put it together this year, it'll never happen. But a lot of people are putting a lot of confidence in that Josh Heupel is going to be a quarterback whisperer for. Do you think there's a good chance that happen, or are you just still we've seen what Joe Milton is?
Yeah, Josh Heupel is definitely a quarterback-friendly coach. That's a quarterback-friendly system. But Hendon Hooker beat Joe Milton straight up, like in a quarterback battle after they had kind of given Joe Milton the job. Like Hendon Hooker committed to Tennessee whenever Jeremy Pruitt had been fired and they hadn't hired Josh Heupel yet. So like he was sort of no man's land. He wasn't Josh Heupel's guy. He was only got a chance at the job because of Joe Milton's injury and ineffectiveness, and then he obviously won it and kept it and whatnot. So I don't know. I think Joe Milton will be good. I just don't know if he'll be as good as Hendon Hooker was, because Hendon Hooker was as good as any Tennessee quarterback since Peyton Manning. So I mean, which is insane, right? He was better than Dobbs. He was better than Casey Clausen. He was better than Eric Ainge. He was that good, and those are massive shoes to fill. So, I don't know. I'm just not quite there yet on being all the way bought in. You got to remember, this is still relatively early in Josh Heupel's tenure at a time when, they're still coming off of sanctions. And I'm not ready to take that step with Tennessee and saying, they're a CFP team. LSU is easier to do that with. And I could be wrong. Like, maybe I'm sleeping on the Vols, right? Like my alma mater. That's kind of a bad thing to do, to doubt your alma mater. But let's see it. Like I just got to see it with Joe Milton before I'm ready to go there.
David, you're always sleeping on the Vols. In basketball and football, you're always sleeping on the Vols. Every year, I hear it in your voice every year. You're just waiting for disappointment to happen.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that's disappointing. He mentioned Joshua Dobbs. If Joshua Dobbs doesn't watch out, he's had a pretty cushy job in the NFL making money. DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, has been one of the best quarterbacks in the preseason. Last game, he went 9 for 10. DTR might be pushing out your boy. You know what? But Joshua Dobbs, what is he going to go work for NASA, I'm sure?
Yeah, he's got pretty decent backup plans, no doubt.
He definitely does. He really does. What do you think about Caleb Williams, USC? All the hype definitely could. There's only been one Heisman repeat. I don't know. Can Williams be that guy? I mean, wait, he did. Who won it last year? What did Williams?
Yeah, it's Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I thought so. I was just saying there's only one person to ever repeat. Do you think there's a chance that he actually can do this? The last one to repeat, of course, that was Archie Griffin at the Ohio State.
Yeah, it's so hard. We get fatigued with the front runner and then the repeat guy. So I don't know. I think it's unlikely. I think USC is going to be challenged to. Look, last year, all the way up until the end of the year, they were in the college football playoff picture. They looked like they were going to win the Pac-12. And then they didn't. So I feel like there's going to be some doubters and some people sleeping on USC this year, because I still think there's a lot of uncertainty over whether they're good enough in the trenches on both sides of the line to compete with Utah, who is not flashy, right? And the Pac-12 is so wide open. I don't know. I just feel like the bar is going to be so high for USC and Caleb Williams to hit. Like, this is not a one-team, one-quarterback league. You got Michael Penix at Washington, Bo Nix at Oregon, DJU at Oregon State, Cam Rising at Utah. The list goes on. The Pac-12 is loaded with really good quarterbacks and good teams, which will make it a really fun year as we sort of say goodbye to the Pac-12. So all that to say is, like, I don't really see Caleb Williams being head and shoulders above the competition going into this year in terms of the Heisman. I think there's a lot of other really good quarterbacks who are going to be in that conversation with him.
I mean, and just sticking in his conference, you mentioned all those quarterbacks out there at the Pac-12 this year, but Michael Penix Jr., not only is he, the number one passer in the country, He's got 2 receivers that both had 1,000 yards. You know what I mean? Like, this dude is.
No kidding.
Like, that Washington offense is stacked. So, man, Heisman Trophy, who knows? Man, I stuck a little bit in the SEC and just talking a little bit of BS. I wanted to bring up some conference realignment stuff, but you know what? That stuff just makes everybody depressed now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's nice that the season's actually approaching because that gives us some time to, actually talk about on the field. But, yeah, the realignment, it seems to have cooled. Has it not? I mean, the last few days, the leftover Pac-12 4, where they end up is going to be a topic of conversation moving forward. But I don't think Florida State's moving anywhere anytime soon.
No,
and
they did. They had till today, didn't they, to have the meeting? So they're coming back for sure.
They decided that it wasn't smart to pay $500 million to leave the ACC. Wow.
Shocker.
Yeah, I know. So without the ACC falling apart just yet, the ACC will fall apart eventually. But if it stays together for now, then maybe that means we're cooling off on the realignment talk.
Are you shocked that Oregon State's going to put $166 million into their stadium after the season and they don't really have a conference?
Well, I think they kind of made that decision before they realized they weren't going to have a conference. So how do they pay for that moving forward? I don't know. I feel bad for Oregon State, Washington State. Wish there was a way for those guys to at least stay power conference for football. I don't know how that works or what that looks like, but yeah, that's the lame part of realignment. You think about it, John, think about the casual fan. What is the casual fan in, I don't know, wherever, who isn't like a college football diehard but is at home on a Saturday night and wants to watch a game? I think the casual fan is actually going to enjoy the conferences and the games that the networks are building. I think they're going to enjoy seeing USC against Ohio State in a conference game or Penn State against UCLA in a conference game. Like, that's more entertaining than seeing Utah against Oregon State. So, I actually think the networks know what they're doing. They're going to get ratings. They're going to get more casual interest from some of these matchups. But the downside of that is that programs like Oregon State and Washington State become casualties in all of it.
Oh, it's crazy, man. College football world's changing, but man, it's fast approaching, and I'm fired up to watch it. Tell me what you're working on at CBSSports.com. What you got coming down the pipe?
Yeah, the next couple weeks we'll have a ton of conference by conference previews with predictions from all of our writers on order of finish and stuff like that. So it's kind of officially prediction season at CBS Sports, so we'll have a ton of that type of stuff.
Man, he is David Cobb. Follow him on Twitter at W Cobb and listen to him right here every single Tuesday. David, be blessed and enjoy California, my friend.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
That is David Cobb. By the way, I would say...
when are you doing W's and L's?
W's and L's?
He's just said they're doing a lot of predictions. When are you doing wins and losses?
Dude, I'm going Nostra hardened pretty soon, man.
When, man? I want to know.
I'm going to have to look in my crystal ball during the break. I'll go back on the other side and figure it out.
You're going to look in your crystal ball, and that will tell you when you can look at your crystal ball for the season.
Exactly. It's the double crystal ball free-for-all. Don't touch the dial. We're back in 2 shakes. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Your favorite Italian pasta company in Delhi, Lucchese's, now ships. For over 25 years, Memphis has trusted Lucchese's to feed their loved ones, and now they've crafted 3 great comfort food meals that can be shipped across the country to your friends and family. Enjoy lasagna, ravioli, spaghetti, Italian spinach, and delicious sauces with no MSG, no preservatives, and no artificial colors. All you need to do is go to lucchese's.com to place your order or call 901-766-9922.
Hi, everyone. Greg Gaston for FanDuel. Add a little excitement to your sports watching experience by betting on all the action on FanDuel Sportsbook. There's a reason why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Their app is simple to use. They've got great odds on all different betting markets, unique fun bet types like same-game parlay, and exclusive always-on promotions such as enhanced odds boosts on the biggest events to let you get more action out of every game day. And if you win, they even get you your winnings safely in as little as 24 hours. If you've never tried FanDuel Sportsbook, what are you waiting for? Just go to FanDuel.com, use Gas Manager promo code to get in on the action. All in an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Just go to FanDuel.com, again, use Gas Manager promo code to join now or sign into your FanDuel Sportsbook account. Must be 21 or over, present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit is required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call Tennessee Redline at 1-800-889-9789.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop, here on Sports 56. Real sports talk.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's hanging out with me. A big thanks to David Cobb over at CBSSports.com. They're getting ready to do a bunch of rankings, getting all the writers out there, do a little conference, little breakdown, like who's going to do what. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do this, man. So guess what? I'm going to do mine. W's and L's. Who's going to be here? Who's going to be dancing? Whose fan base is going to be extremely excited at the end of the season? The season kicks off August 26th. That's Saturday, August 26th. You know what the first game is?
Vandy and Hawaii.
Damn, is it?
I don't think so.
I thought it was Navy and Notre Dame.
That might be true.
Now you got me wondering,
It's
bro.
no, Johnny,
you just made me second guess myself.
I was just guessing a game that was on the first game. I was just guessing.
Yeah, I think NBC has the... Yes, I found it, son. Here we go. Yep. Saturday, August 26th, first game of the year, Navy, Notre Dame on NBC. Current lines for this game. Notre Dame minus 20.5. Sam Hartman against that Navy defense. Marcus Freeman, year number 2 as the head coach.
Take Notre Dame, right?
Laying the 20.5, first game with Hartman. He's going to go out there and go banana sandwiches.
3 tutties.
3 tutties? You going to do that to the Naval Academy, man?
Sure will.
They're Catholics. They got a heart.
Thank you for your service, though, fellas.
Yeah, thank you for your service. And that's the first game of the year. So, August 21st, Monday, August 21st, will be my first breakdown of what's going on in college football, W's and L's. We'll go from worst to first. So, on Friday, we'll finish.
6 days from now.
I know. I'm just giving you the date. You don't think I can do
Monday.
all my work in 6 days, son? I've been doing that. I've been putting in this work for 45 years.
Next Monday.
Yeah, it's next Monday. A week from yesterday.
Next Monday.
Or August 21st.
Yeah.
We'll do that, and we'll break down all things college football. On the other side, though, we're going to do a little mix bag, okay? We're going to do a little dibble-dabble and a little MLB sprinkle magic, okay? We got to talk about these wild card races that are just tight. Like, tight. You know how many teams make the wild card?
3.
3, brother. That's right, 3. And yesterday, we won our big bet yesterday. Our big, huge, gigantic, enormous bet. Tampa Bay Rays. It was called Everybody out there felt dirty trying to take the Rays after the whole Wander Franco situation. That's the time you pound it. You know what I mean?
That's a long name. That's a real long name. And that's a different long name than the one you gave earlier.
Hey, I can name it whatever I want.
Yeah, you're the host. You're right.
That's right. That's right. And we got a big win. So we're going to talk a little baseball. We'll talk wild card. We'll also talk this. Have you seen this new article floating around? It's on ESPN, the app, and it's how much is Shohei Ohtani really worth? And they did a whole bunch of calculations about what you would pay a starter per win, a starter for this ERA, and then what you would pay a hitter for doing what they've done. I got to say, the numbers, I disagree. I have a feeling Jay Morgan is going to disagree a lot. Plus, we have to touch on the NFL. We got pro baseball, we got college football, and don't forget we got Hardwood because it feels so good. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Are you ready to conquer the great outdoors? Come in today and gear up with the dependable Suzuki King Quad ATV because there's no rest for the rugged. Its unparalleled combination of power, versatility, and reliability allow you to tackle the toughest terrains with ease. And right now, there are lots of ways to help you hit the trail, including low APR financing and low monthly payments for qualified buyers, discounts for the military and first responders, and more. Roll into Olive Branch Motorsports in Olive Branch, Mississippi, and experience the Suzuki King Quad ATV's unmatched capabilities today.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail, the ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
The Gossett Mitsubishi Summer Sales Event is still going strong at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Whatever vehicle needs you may be wishing for, we've got you covered at Gossett Mitsubishi. 41 MPG highway that can turn on a dime, that's 2023 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, $17,395 or $249 a month. 2024 Eclipse Cross combines luxurious styling with cutting-edge technology, generous cargo room, and versatility, $29,100 or $399 a month. And the powerful and fun-to-drive 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander, $29,580 or $499 a month. And you'll always get peace of mind with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 500 military rebate, G4 PH 006839, MSRP 17895, Cross RZ 00688, MSRP 29850, Outlander PZO 59809, MSRP 30080, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit, dealer stock only.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to Little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Pretty excited, man. We got a lot of stuff going on today. Hardwood's going to be a lot of fun, Jay. Very, very fascinating stories out there. We got a young lady who was in a storm drain. We got to talk about that. Like, how do you get in a storm drain? I still don't understand this whole thing, but happy ending. We got to talk about some sad stuff. We've got a couple sports deaths we got to bring up, like very sad and very tragic. Both people very young, one in hockey and, of course, one in football. We have Wander Franco. Is she 14? Is she 18? Is she 14? Is she 18? We don't know yet, but reckless speculation will be happening today at 12:30. We have to talk about our quarterback in the National Football League. They did a little ranking. This is a little NFL Network. They went out there and ranked all the quarterbacks from arm strength to accuracy to touch to mechanics, like all the little things. You know what I'm saying? Field vision. And dude, Joe Burrow, is up there in every deadgum thing. Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow. Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow. The only thing he ain't up there in the top 10 is, of course, running. By the way, Lamar Jackson's in there. We'll talk about that, plus baseball. We got all kinds of wonderful things to get to. But first, I want you to feel good. And there's nothing that makes you feel better than having nice threads on. And if you go down to Frontier Western Store, they can dress you from head to toe. Largest boot showroom on planet Earth. Western boots, work boots, dress boots, you name it, is a boot. And they got it. Now, also, they got you covered head to toe, like I said. They got cowboy hats. They got baseball caps. They got ladies' hats. Hats, boots, jeans, Wrangler, Ariat, girly girl, miss me. That's right. They got you covered because they have a ladies' boutique. They got your girl dressed. They got your kids dressed. They got you dressed. Frontier Western Store has everybody taken care of. They're family-owned and family-operated since 1967. And not only can you go down there to the physical location at 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch, you can also just pull up your phone and go to frontierwesternstore.com. Place your order. Shop by brand. Shop by sale item. Shop by ladies. Shop by however you want to. It's very easy to navigate. And once you put in their order, bing, bang, boom, it's shipped absolutely free. Any order of $75 or more dollars. And they ship your order out within 24 hours, so it gets to you quick. Frontier Western Store and frontierwesternstore.com. Jay Morgan, it's time to talk a little bit of baseball. Now,
you were saying before the break, if it wasn't Shohei Ohtani, who would be the AL MVP? And you said
Kyle Tucker.
Why?
Because every time I turn around, Kyle Tucker's doing something great. Since the All-Star break, he's been one of the best hitters in baseball, period. He steals bases. He plays a Gold Glove level right field. He hits grand slams against Bautista in the ninth inning to win ball games. He's batting almost 300, has 22 home runs on the season. He's fourth in majors with 88 RBIs. Now, this is all coming off the top of my head, but I'm pretty damn smart.
I would say that's a really good candidate. I think Adolis Garcia for the Rangers is a really good candidate.
Oh, damn. You know what? He is raking.
And he's like...
you know what I have to say? I think he picked a better person.
He's got 91 RBIs. He leads the American League in RBIs with 91.
In Texas, the way their team is hitting this year.
He has 30 home runs as well. And then he also is he's top 5 in OPS. He is 5th in OPS. So yeah, he's he's a great candidate as well. That would be who I would say.
That's a very good pick. I can't really argue with that. I do love Kyle Tucker, and again, it's not just. I mean, Kyle Tucker, like I said, he does a little bit of everything. I mean, my man's got 22 homers. No, he's got
Rafael
22
Devers
homers.
is a good one too, man. I'm telling you.
22 home runs. He has 22 stolen bases, 88 RBI, 60 walks, 59 walks. 59 walks. He does not strike out. He puts the ball in play. Gold level right field, but yeah, Garcia for Texas this year. But you know what the thing is? Nobody's
Former Redbird. He's on that poster right next to you.
He's right behind. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah. But the one other thing is nobody's even going to come close. They don't give a second place MVP trophy, and the MVP is going.
That's
to
why
Shohei.
we're giving one to him.
So we're giving the second place one.
I'll give a third place one too. By golly.
You got another guy?
Well, I mean, I like the
We're talking American League.
I like talking to who the nominees would be too. I think Rafael Devers is another one that has a really good average, and he has 79 RBI, which is fifth in the American League. He has 26 home runs, which is fourth in the American League, and like again, a good average and good OPS. So I think he would be another good candidate. As well.
By the way, Kyle Tucker, stolen bases and RBI, home run average, all that. He's ranked in the top 6 in all of them. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Pretty good, plus a mean defense. Yeah, all those guys, great candidates, but Shohei is going to get the bag. I told you a little bit earlier about Shohei Ohtani. How much money do you think Shohei Ohtani is worth?
I don't know.
You just
I can't even venture a guess. I'm sorry.
You can't even venture a guess.
No, I don't. I've no. How do you? I have no idea what it would be worth. Truly, I have no idea.
Well, the quote unicorn. They got to come up with a better name than the unicorn. I just don't. A unicorn is just a horse with a dead gum, like a pretty decorative cone, spiky thing on it.
Spike.
And by the way, who wants to get spiked by a unicorn? That wouldn't be good.
No, they kill you.
But the good thing is there's not unicorns.
In Harry Potter, they're evil, I think.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Can unicorns fly?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, whoever thought a horse would fly? That's kind of a dumb...
Well, it's not. It's a unicorn, John.
It's a great point. Okay, you're right. But Shohei Ohtani, he is going to be a free agent at the end of the year. There's a lot of people out there who believe that the Dodgers are one of the teams that are going to go out there and try to get him. They didn't make really any moves this year in the offseason. Like for the Dodgers right now, to be honest, if you go out there and you have Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and Shohei Ohtani, Will Smith at catcher, like that is a nasty lineup. And this year right now, their lineup is absolutely nasty. I think the Dodgers are going to make a big run at him. The Angels, of course, are going to try to keep him. But how many studs have gone out there and re-signed with the same team after they became a free agent? Aaron Judge is one of the only people I can just right off the top of my head think of.
Does Shohei fit into any sample size though? Of like, he's so unique. Like,
I got a bunch of numbers over here for.
Okay,
but it separates for pitcher. I'm just bringing up teams that I think are going to go out for him, and these are the teams that people are talking about. They're going to pay this astronomical number. Some dark horse candidates. What do you think? Do you think that the Mets, Steve Cohen, who basically said he's not playing for 2023, he's not playing for 2024, he's playing for 2025, he has a huge amount of money. Would you see him going out there and pushing the price up with the Mets? I really don't see that happening. I think he's ticked off that he spent more money in human history when it comes to baseball and a baseball team, and it absolutely fell apart.
And then there's something about him playing on the East Coast. He don't want to play on the East Coast, right?
Shohei, no, he wants to be on the beach in the Pacific.
Uh-huh.
Now, don't think that's going to happen. The Chicago Cubs, though, Midwest team, they have a big bank account. They've been playing really good. They're fighting for the wild card. They're a big market team. They could afford somebody like Shohei. I don't think it's going to happen either. Now, I know this is going to make Bryant Dacus kind of excited. A lot of people are thinking that Seattle, there's rumors that they want to go out there and bring Shohei. I don't think that the Seattle Mariners team is going to do that.
That doesn't fit the criteria of West Coast that we're talking about.
No, it definitely does not. But, some people think – and then, of course, the Giants, they need to go out there and spend some damn money. But that's basically the teams out there, I think, that are going to talk about even paying for this unicorn. But they've gone out there and they've gone and broke down how much the average pitcher – gets for a win, how much the average person gets for these different criteria. They did this on ESPN, And Aaron Judge last year received the largest free agent contract in baseball history, 9 years, $360 million. According to all these stats, what Shohei's value is $76 million a year. That's what he's been worth over the last 3 years. If you go out there and according to his wins, his hitting, his power numbers, his walk rate, they did everything. They added it all up, and they say over the last 3 years, he is worth $76 million a season. His bad years and an injury year included. Now, they say, according to this, and of course there's always a risk for potential injury and things of that nature, but they believe that he should get a 12-year deal, that he's proven himself enough.
That's worth 42. He's proven himself to play when he's 42. Anyway,
$912 million.
Right. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Stupid. Why in the world would you lock yourself in to pay someone when he's 42 years old? It's just a ridiculous idea.
They say that
it not?
It's insanity. They say he's worth $38.4 million per year as a hitter. They say that he is worth $37.6 million as a pitcher. I just disagree on the pitcher part.
That can't be how you pay him though.
If you go like $8 million per win, which is the average, what they did is they took the last contracts of all the hitters that have been done, like Marcell Ozuna's $65 million 4-year deal, Xander Bogaerts $280 million 11-year deal, Dansby Swanson $117 over 7 years, Brandon Nimmo $162 over 8, Lorenzo Cain, Trevor Story, Trey Turner $300 million 11 years. They did Aaron Judge's 9-year $360 million deal. And what they did is they took these top players with these recent contracts, how many hits, how many home runs, and how much that averaged out to. They used every single, WAR, walks, hits, home runs. They went through how much that is, how much they're worth. And as a hitter, they say he's worth more than all of them at, again, $38 million per year. And then they did the pitchers. They got Jake Arrieta's 5-year, $70 million deal. That's like number 8. All the way up to Steven Strasburg, 7-year, $245 million. Trevor Bauer's in there, Garrett Cole, Kevin Gausman. That Trevor Bauer contract is so bad for the Dodgers. $110 million 3-year. He pitched 1 year and all the nightmares. Garrett Cole's $324 million 9-year. Average everything out. And they say Shohei Ohtani is worth $76 million a year. Do you think that's just a little bit inflated?
The idea that that Shohei Ohtani is comparable to Garrett Cole's contract as a pitcher is laughable to me. I'm sorry. Is it not?
Pull up his stats. I mean, Garrett Cole has been, very good for the Yankees. He's got, 10 wins this year? Maybe more than that, 13 possibly. In fact, I'll pull it up.
I mean, he's a Cy Young candidate.
I agree. You're telling me Shohei's never been a Cy Young candidate?
He's finished second. No, he hasn't been a Cy Young candidate.
Oh, he's been a candidate. He's been a candidate. You can't say he's not been a candidate.
Garrett Cole finished second in Cy Young twice.
We'll pull up Garrett Cole's stats.
This year he has a 2.76 ERA. Siri, I ain't talking to you. This year, Garrett Cole has a 2.76 ERA, 166 strikeouts. I mean, Shohei's gonna be striking a ton of the guys out, so that's not good. That's what I want to say. A WHIP is 1, a little bit over 1. He was an all-star. Shohei was also an all-star. All right, let me look up Shohei's stats. So this is the stat segment now.
Man, I'm telling you, just got to bring him up.
Siri ain't nobody talking to you. I'm sorry.
If you say her name, she's gonna talk to you.
No, I did. Who did? Nobody did.
Siri, we ain't talking to you.
We're not.
Hate Siri.
10-5 record, Shohei.
Brian, you did that time.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so his career ERA, Shohei's, is 3.
Trying to look at pitching
what is
by
it?
Itself.
3.02.
This season?
For his career.
This year he's 3.17.
So he has a chance to get down to
165 strikeouts too. So that's pretty solid. Wow, Garrett Cole struck more guys out. How about that? Let's see how many games.
166 strikeouts in 162.
Dang, 3 more games, though. 3 more games for Garrett Cole to get there.
3 more games. Okay, Garrett Cole's career ERA is 3.19. It's higher than Shohei Ohtani's.
Wow, and also in 2022, Shohei Ohtani finished 4th in Cy Young.
By the way, Shohei's whip is career lower than Garrett Cole's. His strikeout rate per 9 is higher than Garrett Cole's.
But his strikeout rate is an impressive stat.
His win percentage is higher than Garrett Cole's.
His strikeout rate is the impressive stat that people that love Shohei are always going to hang over their
ERAs are literally .02, 3.02, and 3.19.
I know, John, but the sample size that Garrett Cole is working with to achieve that number is so much more impressive than Shohei's, 4 seasons at this point?
5 years for Shohei.
5 years?
10 for Garrett Cole.
Yeah, so it's not even close.
5 to 10 years.
And only 3 of those years really playing a lot of games, too, because 2 of those years, 2020, he didn't play hardly at all. In 2018, he only played in 10 games.
Well, if we did just his last 5 years, it would actually hurt Garrett Cole's number because he's got 3.5.
Well, he's getting older.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, he's getting older. I mean, you go in there when he's doing the 2.5 and the 2.88 and 2.84. I'm just saying, hey, over the last 5 years, very similar. This year, Garrett Cole has what? How many wins this year?
10. It's 10-3.
And Shohei is what? 10-5.
And the Yankees stink, so that's even more impressive. He's 10-5.
The Yankees are bad. What are they? 3-7 in their last 10. They need to just. Man, that team is trash. By the way, back to a little bit of baseball, some wild card situations that we got coming on. Do you think when you look at the whole wild card race right now, like you have to believe that the Rays are going to hold on because they're still fighting for the
better
East
too, right?
with Baltimore.
I got to be honest, John,
they won yesterday.
The golf tournament, I kind of tuned out on baseball over the weekend, so I feel kind of lost what we're talking about here. So I need this conversation right here.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the Astros have lost a couple in a row. That's not good for them, but they're still 2 games ahead of Toronto for that 3rd and final spot.
They're playing the Marlins.
Blue Jays have some situations going on right now. Bo Bichette, they got to get him back healthy. They need his stick, especially going down the stretch. And the other reason is because the Mariners, even though they're coming off 3 losses, before that they had won 8 games in a row.
Nipping at their heels, John.
And they're nipping at their heels. And not only that, the Boston Red Sox don't look now, but they still have a chance. They're only 3 games out. We got 6 weeks of baseball to play.
We just talked about how good Rafael Devers is, too. They got bats in Boston, John.
They do have bats in Boston. Over in the National League,
their run differential's plus 29. I didn't even realize that, but that's a good example of that, I guess.
Damn, I didn't realize that either. But if you look at the National League, Phillies are going to take care of business. I'm a 100% believer in the Phillies. Listen, they've lost a couple in a row, but Trey Turner is starting to find his bat.
And I don't know, anything can happen
Schwarbs,
there, man. Anything
the
can
power
happen
stroke.
there.
Bryce Harper is finally starting to hit the baseball. I mean, I'm just telling you, this Phillies team, they've been there, they've done that, they got enough, and they're competing against teams like the Giants, and the Giants strike out too much. They don't hit for power.
Yeah, the Giants just got hot there. I don't believe in them either.
Yes, they've been horrible since the All-Star break. I don't think the Giants hold on to a wild card spot.
You can maybe say the same thing about the Marlins.
Dude, Marlins have won 3 straight, and yesterday they beat the Astros, and they were hitting bombs. Did you see Josh Bell on his 35th birthday go yard, son?
That was a really good addition at the trade deadline.
Yeah, it was.
Really
He's been playing good for them. He's reached base every single game since the trade deadline.
And Braxton Garrett is starting to pitch better like he did a couple months ago after he kind of had a blow-up July, so that's good too. He got the win yesterday against Houston, so Miami could hold on, but I agree with you. I don't think
Miami's
the Giants
going to hold
on
for many reasons. Arizona Diamondbacks have completely fallen apart.
The Cubs are coming, though, John.
The Cubs are coming. They're coming.
And the Reds, you have to think, bounce back as well.
They've been really bad.
You have to imagine. But the Reds also could have a good chance to not be in the wild card, but them and the Brewers could just be battling to win the division, and the loser just doesn't make the wild card at all.
It could be the case. It's going to be wild in the National League.
And the Cubs, for that matter. I don't even mean to not mention the Cubs there.
Oh, yeah, they're only 1 game back of the Marlins.
That's
right.
They're and in the division.
Oh, and in the division, yeah. They're tied with the Reds. Same. Well, they played 1 less game, I believe.
Yeah.
But, man, baseball right now is booming. And we got some bets that we're going to do a little baseball here later on in about 1:45. Are you gambling today?
I've got one bet I really like today.
I've got two bets that I
Lock of the day.
need
Boom, boom.
a little bit. I need to walk through them to make sure that I feel as comfortable as I think I do.
Talking out your bets?
Talking out my bets today at I said 1:45. At 12:45.
We could do it at 1:45. Just no one will hear it on the
Nobody
radio.
will hear it. You're right. But on the other side, it's going to be Hardwood, where it just feels so good. Crazy stories are everywhere. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch has an offer you can't refuse. They will pay you to do business with them if you want luxury. And I'm talking the Genesis G70 car. If you would love to have that kind of new technology, they will give you a $1,000 rebate when you finance with Genesis Motor Finance. In other words, they'll pay you $1,000 to do business with them, and you get brand new luxury. You can't beat it. That's Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis, right at the corner of Craft Road and Highway 78 in Olive Branch. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch, where customer retention is amazing. There's a reason. They take care of you with a team that's been together for a long time. Whether it's finance or whether it's service, you can't beat them. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. Offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-306-8158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-306-8158. That's 800-306-8158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-306-8158. Again, 800-306-8158.
Grapevine Liquor and Wine has the largest selection of bourbon in North Mississippi and wines from all over the world. Let Jimmy the Delta Boy help you select the perfect spirit or wine to impress. Whether you're looking for the best price or a certain flavor profile, Grapevine Liquor and Wines has it. If you want good southern treatment and the hottest prices, Grapevine Liquor and Wine, Getwell Road, South Haven.
Hotty toddy, gosh almighty, where do you get your bourbon? Flim flam, bim bam, Grapevine, by damn.
4.9-liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to the Little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morganharder's hanging out with me. Jay, it's good to see you, buddy.
It's good to see you, John.
It's good to be seen, Jay.
Good.
Now, can anybody see you?
I think.
Where?
On Twitch, you mean? Like on Facebook and
Twitch,
and
YouTube,
and
Facebook, sportsmemphis.com. You can check out Jay. He looks really good today. By the way, Jay, best outfit I've seen you wear in years. Business casual is what we're calling it, right?
Sure.
He's got a dress shirt on. It's a collared shirt. Looks really good. You could probably go into any restaurant and get seated, correct?
I don't think you understand the concept of what I'm doing here. See, on the stream, you only see me from like my nipples up.
Correct. It's kind of like when Jeffrey Tobin. No, that's not exactly how Jeffrey Tobin.
So that's what matters.
That is true. It's a good point.
And like the rest is like
it doesn't matter.
So like for you to bring it up, it's being hidden for a reason. Like that's behind all of it here.
It
just seems counterintuitive to what the whole concept of what I'm doing here. You know what I mean?
Okay, well you're at least wearing pants because since people can't see me from like the waist down, I don't even know why I have to wear pants when I come to work. If you can wear sweats, I can come in here.
You don't.
I can come in here just straight up flowing.
Yeah.
Free as a bird.
Do it.
Naked as a jaybird.
Do it.
Except for my shirt will look business casual.
That's right. And shoes because the floor is sticky.
Yeah, dude. But I could just wear like flip-flops.
That's fine. Just shoes. Yeah, I wear shoes.
Well, you look great today, Jay. I have to say I love the attire. Now, speaking of somebody who looks really bad, did you hear like Lucas Glover? He won this little golf tournament. You know, is right here, FedEx St. Jude Championship. Did you know he won that bad boy?
Yes.
But the reason I brought up your outfit and your attire is because yesterday I was looking up Luke Glover, like to see kind of, some of the shots he made on Sunday. Because I was doing my own thing on Sunday. I was out there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, I couldn't make it, no mas, but I kept up with who was winning. But when I went on Twitter, it was so sad. Did you hear what everybody was calling Lucas Glover?
No.
Swamp butt. Because they were like, dude, here's one of them. Lucas Glover, bro, dude's sweat glands are out of control.
It was hot out there, man.
Swamp butt made another putt. Oh my gosh, he might be good at golf, but somebody, please, like they just I just felt bad.
Everybody out there was sweating.
Yes, but they didn't it didn't show as much. Like he wore
exactly.
a style
That's
of
the
pants.
difference. Yeah.
Like you got to know if it's going to be swamp butt out here in the heat in August, and you're going to be sweating like that. You can't wear pants that are going to show that you got swamp butt.
Right.
So Lucas Glover, that's a rookie mistake. Next year when you come back,
he's
make
far
sure.
from a rookie though.
I mean, he's 43 years old. He has a U.S. Open now. He's got his 5th win. Congrats, Lucas.
I can't believe you knew you won a U.S. Open.
I mean, I don't know. I hate to say this. He did win the golf tournament.
Do you know
here
the
in
golf
Memphis.
course he won the U.S. Open at?
The Greenbrier.
Beth Page Black.
Damn
But
it.
that's okay. I was impressed you knew that, truthfully.
Thank you. And my golf knowledge it's out there, brother. It's out there.
Because he's kind of an obscure major champion. Too.
Yeah,
but he did just win this tournament.
Yeah, I kind of heard a few things about him after that.
Yeah, that's true.
The one that I saw more than anything is that he got swamp butt. Now,
that's what's trending.
That's what's trending, swamp butt. And if you look at why swamp butt is trending on Twitter, it's because of Lucas Glover. That's his real name. Now, we're gonna do a little Hardwood, and thank goodness we're gonna do it because we have the best sponsor in the whole wide world, which is the best spirit in the whole wide world, and that's Tito's Handmade Vodka. 100% gluten-free. Made straight up from corn. No sugars added to it. No BS added to it. Yesterday, you weren't here, Jay. Do you know why drinking certain tequilas gives you a hangover, like let's say Jose Cuervo? Because tequila, to be called tequila, only needs to have 45% being made from the agave plant. When technically, if you want to drink tequila, you should buy a tequila that says 100% agave, because if it's not, half of what you're drinking is basically sugar water. It's like liquor-flavored sugar, and sugar gives you headache. Guess what has no sugars in it? Tito's Handmade Vodka. No headaches. No pain. All gain. Tito's handmade vodka is also, it ain't Russian vodka, ain't French vodka. It's good old American vodka because it's crafted and distilled right here in the United States down in Austin, Texas. It's gluten-free, doesn't have sugar added to it, won't give you headaches, make you feel great, and it tastes delicious because it's 6 times distilled and then stilled in classic copper pots, giving it a very unique flavor, slightly sweet with a black pepper note, balancing everything out. Doesn't matter if you're crafting a cocktail or you're drinking it neat. Get your Tito's on today. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Oh, Nelly. Well, guess what? Do you know that you're a big Marlins fan, right?
Oh, Nelly.
Oh, Nelly. We found out why the Marlins, just as a franchise, have been devalued. Ever since Derek Jeter bought him. Do you remember ex-Marlins owner Jeffrey Loria?
I do.
Kind of a little bit of a unique character. You would call him a weird bird, wouldn't you?
Sure, yeah.
Do you remember that $3 million gigantic, whatever the hell that thing was? What would you call that thing?
The sculpture in center field, this is what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
The sculpture.
It was the home run sculpture. It would go off every time they would hit a home run. Derek Jeter got rid of it because he said there's no place for that in Major League Baseball.
It's a 7-story sculpture.
It's awesome.
That had
But it's also
marlins swimming
ridiculous.
around, and then it had a marlin on the top that would go up, and then it would spin around, and it had mermaids. It had all kinds of I mean, it was crazy.
Jeffrey Loria likes art, apparently.
It was straight up Birdcage-esque. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen that?
Oh,
Great movie.
Great movie.
But it was very Birdcagey feel, which they were down in Miami, too, by the way.
Sure were.
Well, do you know that when Derek Jeter bought the team, do you know what he said he hated about Miami Marlins Stadium more than anything?
What?
He said that damn sculpture.
Yeah.
He said it was ugly, it was horrendous, it was big and ugly. So he relocated. He took it out of center field, and he put it outside in the plaza. I mean, it's still on the grounds, but it's outside. Jeffrey Loria ain't too happy about that.
No, he's not.
He said this is one of the most amazing, beautiful pieces of art, and it's just outside being rained on, destroyed by the elements. And Derek Jeter ruined Lone Depot Park. Is that what it's called, Lone Depot?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, damn, look at that. I pushed the button. Somebody was about to hit a home run, and they were going to show that thing twist.
Wow.
But anyway, he said he ruined it. He ruined everything, and he just says that he has no good feelings toward Derek Jeter. In fact, he says he can't stand him. Dude, over that big 7-story colossal ugly sculpture, he's holding a little resentment tight.
I think there's a lot of other things at play there too, and there's resentment.
Well, he's right now going on Derek Jeter.
The morning show should ask David Sampson when he joins them periodically, because he was the president of the Marlins when Jeffrey Loria owned it, and he also is his stepson.
Really?
Yeah.
He married into the family?
Uh-huh.
That's like the best. That's how you turn a GM position into a lifetime position, son. Good job. I need to talk to this guy.
No. He was his stepson before he was.
Oh, so it was just basically nepotism?
You could say that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, my daughter's husband. Let me help out my daughter because my daughter's husband can't get a real job.
And he used to own the Expos.
That's exactly what other people would say.
And
he used to own the Expos?
And David Sampson was the president of the Expos when they sold them to Major League Baseball. I think he was married in and out the whole time.
I'll tell you one thing. He
marriage,
married
I don't think
well.
is important.
Well, I mean, he married the owner of baseball teams.
No.
I thought you were saying
his
Jeffrey
stepson.
Oh, stepson. Wait, isn't that mean you like? Oh, he married
his
woman
mom
with a kid.
Married. I think his mom married David.
What is it when like you got a
Jeffrey Loria? I mean,
like my daughter's husband. What is he besides annoying?
Your son-in-law.
That's right, son-in-law. I never call him son.
Does he call you dad?
Hell no.
What does he call you?
John.
That's nice.
It's better be sir. It's the only person I like being called sir. No.
Well, Mr. Harden?
Yeah, I'm good on that. Just sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Is that what you want?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want?
Yes,
hello,
sir. Hello, sir. Yes, sir. That's it. That's all I want.
I don't think I've ever said hello, sir, in my life.
Well, Yeah, I've never
Is that
I've never said you had
disrespectful?
good manners.
I
okay?
might have poor manners.
You might.
That's funny.
Did I tell you about the girl that got stuck in a storm drain?
No, I saw this on the news the other day on News Channel. That was in Memphis. Or
Yes, it was in Bartlett.
Yeah, in Bartlett.
And they did a great job. They saved her. But my question, I've been looking up this story since I saw it. I guess Sunday night, Monday morning, something like that. I don't understand how you get in a storm drain and get stuck in there. Like if you were able to open up the grates, are you putting the grates back on top of your head?
Yeah, I don't know.
This whole thing's been a complete mystery, and I can't find any answers.
But she was in a
storm drain.
Yeah, but she crawled in like in the movie It, where
she went down the circular part. Well, then why didn't she back up?
No, like the side part, like like on the side of the road, like in a neighborhood, like where it like all the water flows down there.
Yeah, I know what a storm drain is, but I still don't understand how if you can get in, you can't get out.
That's a good question.
Like I just don't understand. It's not like one of those mouse traps that where the mouse goes in and then it can't get out after it gets the cheese. But anyway, great work by the Bartlett police.
Maybe it's hard to pull yourself up. You know what I mean?
Well,
because it would take a certain amount of upper body strength.
Not a good idea, to go down if you can't get back up. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good thing Pennywise didn't live down there in real life.
That's the it person?
That's it.
I can't believe I knew that, actually. I mean, I have. It's this stupid clown movie. Not really scary.
It's a good movie, though.
Dude, I can't read my own writing. That is so pathetic.
You want me to step in?
Sure, take this one, because I don't even know what this says.
A new species of what they're calling a sea monster with 20 arms was found in the frozen seas around Antarctica, John.
Hold on. A monster for real?
20-arm sea monster. That's what they call it. It's found in frozen seas around Antarctica.
Is that not called like a squid or an octopus?
Well, not with 20 arms, but
octo should be 8.
It kind of looks like when scientists on board a research vessel off the coast of Antarctica have caught a new undersea creature, one with 20 arms and a distinctive body shaped a little bit like a strawberry.
Man, what's going on in Antarctica, bruh?
That.
I mean, I don't know. Other things are going on in Antarctica. Like, you can't go to Antarctica. Did you not know that?
Why not?
Because they've signed a treaty. A bunch of countries signed a treaty, and nobody's allowed to go to Antarctica
except for scientists, right?
Except for scientists, like just a few of them, and they can't go very far up in the Antarctica action. Some people say it's an ice wall, man.
I've heard that. There's a secret. It's
a way to get to Narnia
there.
or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
or
or
a portal
is that
to
where
another dimension. Yeah,
that's just where Santa Claus lives. But I thought he lived in the North Pole,
he
not
lives
the
in
South.
the North Pole.
So who's hanging in the South? If Santa's in the North, somebody's got to be in the South.
Satan.
Damn. I guess that's why we don't go to Antarctica. Now, Wander Franco, everybody's saying that he's got an allegedly has a relationship, a romantic relationship that is, with a 14-year-old girl. Well, a few more details have popped out that I copied and put into my Google Translator because they were in Spanish from the Dominican Republic, okay? This whole situation's taken on in the DR. It's a good thing the Tigers didn't run into any situations like this when they were down in the DR. But Wander Franco, the girl that he's supposed to be having this relationship with, who's from the Dominican Republic, well, they're very involved in this whole story. A lot of people are saying that they know the girl. One dude put out there that he dated the girl. She did some stuff like this to him. All kinds of again, it's speculation. But did you know you can take Spanish, put it into Google Translate, and it spits out English? Did you know this?
I did, John.
Well, I just found this out, and I had so much fun doing it.
I was a student taking Spanish back in the day of computers, and we've used that time or two. But it oftentimes is not accurate.
Man, we didn't have computers when I was doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Even when I first went to college, we had 3 computers, and we had to rent time on the damn
It
things.
oftentimes isn't accurate, though.
Now, well, at least here's what it says to me, okay? Some people, like this one that I translated, it basically says that this guy comes out and said, this girl isn't 14 years old. She has an 18-month-old son. I used to date her. I guarantee you she's at least 18. There's another post that I translated. It says, I have a picture of her when she was with me driving a car, holding a bottle of alcohol and taking a big old swig while driving in the Dominican Republic. You have to be 18 to drink in the DR. No, listen, you have to legally be 18 to drink in the DR. There's kids out there who probably drink before 18. Have you ever heard those kids?
No, I've never heard of that.
Were you one of those kids who drank before you were 21?
No, never in my life.
Never, ever? Okay. We'll see. I don't know if that would be true. I don't think I believe you, to be honest with you.
No, I didn't. I never did.
All right. Well, another one comes out, and it's, again, there's a great picture of her in a car. And another one comes out and says, I know her. This is my cousin. All's Wander had to do for this to stay under wraps was give her $200,000 cash and give her that Mercedes that she wanted. He didn't do it. Now he's paying. I learned a lot from Google Translate. I haven't seen this being reported in like TMZ or Bro Bible or Game 7 Sports.
All of the reputable sources.
Essentially Sports. You know, all these wonderful, reputable organizations haven't reported any of this. But if you Google Translate, it's just, it is what it is. Now, sad news. And I don't like doing sad news. But, bro, did you hear about Alex Collins? Former Arkansas running back. My man played for the Seahawks. Alex Collins, like a lot of people probably remember, on that 4th and 25 when he went crazy and got that whack first down. Passed away in a motorcycle accident. Extremely sad. He's only 28 years old. The video is horrific. Right now it's just an accident. Things happen. Driving motorcycles are sometimes dangerous, and rest in peace, Alex Collins, because that just was extremely sad. And then also the day that Alex Collins, passed away, that's like one that's just extremely sad. The 15th overall pick in the NHL draft in 2020. He's Russian, my man. He died from cancer. Like, that's dude sad. Went from being the 15th pick, getting ready to be a pro hockey player, happier than all get out, and then sadly, cancer came and got him. So horrible, horrible, sad stuff. I don't want to end on sad news, though.
You just did.
Nope, because I got a good news story. I was very depressed yesterday when Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk basically are moving on from the fight. But I did find out that I'm still probably going to get to see Mark Zuckerberg's face get demolished, because now he's teaming up with Dana White to fight in a UFC fight in the octagon, an actual former UFC fighter. I'm telling you, man, I can't wait to watch this guy. I still think he should fight the Winklevoss twins in the octagon at the same time.
He already took them down.
He did take them down, but that was with his mind. This is all about, fighting.
Sure.
Sure. We got to come back on the other side. We got to get to our baseball bets. I got a couple bets he's going to help me walk through. He has one that he loves. 3-star play of the day?
Sure.
Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
I'm Sean Sewer with XMC Technologies, your local source for the best in office technology for over 30 years. We believe that being a technology partner means meeting our clients' needs as they change over time. That's why I'm happy to share that we are now Visual Edge IT. As cyber attacks continue to be a growing threat, our customers are asking for more cybersecurity and ransomware protection. For more information on how to protect your office, visit us at visualedgeit.com or call us locally 901-737-8910.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's gonna fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Are you ready to conquer the great outdoors? Come in today and gear up with the dependable Suzuki King Quad ATV, because there's no rest for the rugged. Its unparalleled combination of power, versatility, and reliability allow you to tackle the toughest terrains with ease. And right now, there are lots of ways to help you hit the trail, including low APR financing and low monthly payments for qualified buyers, discounts for the military and first responders, and more. Roll into Olive Branch Motorsports in Olive Branch, Mississippi, and experience the Suzuki King Quad ATV's unmatched capabilities today.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Jay Morgan Harder. It is a beautiful Tuesday in the Mid-South, and now it's time for us to win a little bit of money. Jay yesterday had a good day, man. Had a big, big day. Great day. I'm going to turn my winnings into more cash. I love today, and I need to know, am I crazy? I feel like with all the Jeffrey Loria slander of Derek Jeter, people fighting about basically 7-story beautiful monuments, I feel like the Astros losing the last 2 games, and yesterday, if you watched any of that game, Houston was hitting the hell out of the baseball. They were just all atom balls, right at them. They had 9 balls in play that were over 100 miles an hour or faster that turned into outs. That doesn't usually happen. You know that, right? Well, they're going to find the hole today, and Johnny Cueto is pathetic. He's pitching. Don't you want to fade Johnny Cueto? Absolutely. Houston beats the brakes off your Miami Marlins. He's pitched in 6 games for the Marlins. They've lost 5 of them. They're going against the Astros, have lost 2. Astros get the big dub today. That's my favorite play. Are you cool with that?
Sure.
Do you feel like this works? Does it feel good for you?
Sure.
Great. You just you instill tons of confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love it. Johnny Cueto, I think, has been better than I'm scared.
I'm surprised he's still playing. Johnny Cueto.
Okay. I think you go through his game logs, he's been better than
better than Christian Javier?
No. I don't know if he necessarily wins today, but I feel like maybe it'll be closer too. But you have to think that the Astros don't lose 3 in a row. So I don't dislike that bet on that count at all.
I like it. Plus, again, when you got like Marlin on Marlin crime about a 7-story statue, you got to look Houston.
See, John, I think that's kind of an older story, honestly.
Well, I'm hearing about it now, and it works for my mental space for my bet.
I love the story. I like it a lot too. But as we're talking about
he's coming out and he complained about it today because that's the first thing he said when he was asked about what he thought about the Marlins, the directions this year.
Wow.
Yeah, they asked him, hey, they're holding on right there to the wild card, yada 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 yada. Marlins
holding the grudge, John.
And he came out instead of saying something positive, he started crapping on Jeter again.
What a jerk.
So I'm going to say that I think the baseball gods crap on the Marlins today, and Houston's the one that's taking the poop.
I like it.
Back them.
I got my best bet today, John. The Braves play. Who do the Braves play again? Sorry,
I can't remember.
The Yankees.
Oh, I like that over.
Me too, in a sense. The Braves play the Yankees over 3.5 runs in the first 5 innings for the Braves against Luis Severino, who has been giving up buttloads of runs in bunches. Like, he'll give up giant innings at a time. So over 3.5 runs is plus money right now. I'm going to take that, and I think that's my best bet of the day. You only bet on that today, you double your money right there. I think that is a guaranteed lock bet of the day.
Wait, say that again. It's plus. It's not that much money.
Oh, first 5 over 3.5 is plus, because it's usually 2.5. 3.5 is one more than the normal line. So that's. But usually the Braves, you'll still see it's not plus money on those numbers. And I think today against Severino, I'm willing to bet on that at plus money. I think,
dude, I love that bet, and I like the over, which is 10.5 for the game.
Yeah.
Now, another play that I was looking at, it's Zach Wheeler Day in Toronto.
A lot of good pitching matchups today,
Good matchups today. No Bo Bichette. I really like Philadelphia. The fact that it's even, minus 110 either time, it's a pick 'em. Phillies' bats are starting to wake up. I feel like the Blue Jays are floundering it. I trust Phillies' bullpen a hell of a lot more.
Who's pitching for the Blue Jays, John?
Kikuchi. Get your Kikuchi. What?
I just wanted to hear you say that.
Kikuchi. Usually I'm a big fan of Kikuchi, okay? But today I'm backing Wheeler. I am such
You side Kikuchi.
You side Kikuchi. I just like to call him Kikuchi.
He's your boy.
He is my boy. You my boy, Kikuchi? Hey, get on over here, Kikuchi.
Tukey Toussaint and Kyle Hendricks, John, to Chicago game. You any interest in that?
Tukey against Kikuchi.
No, not today.
Oh, man. Again, we are taking the Astros. We are taking the Phillies. We are also going over 3.5 runs in the first 5 innings with the Yankees and the Braves.
No, just the Braves.
Just the Braves.
That's the team total.
Oh, wow. I like it against Sevy, though.
That's exactly.
I like
the
that
team
play.
Total.
I like that play. I hope everybody had a wonderful Tuesday. We're going to do it again tomorrow. That's Jay Morgan. I'm John Harden. Get out there, make the world a better place. We're going to see you on the flip side. Peace.
Say there was a place